everyone. Okay, so to start, I don't think I need to address this, as I imagine it's only a small minority of the community, but I may as well anyway, which is apparently a select group of readers have criticized this chapter for its inconsistencies, like Zora and Luffy's attack names, or Nami going from holding the climb attack to a sword, but honestly, I don't know how anyone could not piece it together that this was an illusion, hallucination kind of situation. Like, hell, the chapter even says as much with Nami's inner thoughts piecing together that, yeah, it was the green fairy alcohol causing all this. Now, with that said, after having read this chapter, I am wondering if everything we're seeing in this chapter is because of the green fairy, or if there's other factors at play here, because I'm sorry, I can't get the whole correlation between Loki as a character in One Piece and the actual God of Mischief out of my head, and that something about this whole scenario is in part Prince Loki's doing, whether it's that he spiked the drink to make the hallucination more potent, or that Loki somehow warping the hallucinations to make them feel more real. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I really can't help but imagine the ways Oda could introduce Prince Loki to us through these hallucinations. Although, with that said, if I'm reading the context of the beginning of this chapter correctly as well, it sounds like it might turn into one of those out of the frying pan into the fire situations for the Straw Hats, because even if they make it out of this illusion, it's looking like they're unironically causing problems for the Giants in reality as well. So it is one of those interesting things of what's going to happen when the Straw Hats finally do sober up and like get out of this hallucination they're in. So as it were, and how is the illusion and reality going to line up? Because yeah, unless Dory and Broggy step in and vouch for the Straw Hats, I've got a bad feeling the Straw Hats are already gonna start this journey on Elbaf, like being on bad terms with the Giants. In fact, the more I think about it, I'm always kind of wondering if that cat lying with a crown was actually Prince Loki. Because if so, then oh boy, that's even more trouble for them to worry about. Like, unless Prince Loki is this super cool dude who doesn't care who doesn't really give a fuck of so what happens to him, and just loves a good brawl like all the other giants, then yeah, then the strats are pretty much fucked. If that cat lion hallucination they see was actually Prince Loki, oh boy, they're in trouble. So much fucking trouble. Now, one area I do think is worth a little bit of criticism of this chapter is kind of a little bit of the pacing. Because while I appreciate us really getting the full experience of seeing the Straw Hats like navigate the hallucination they're in and getting a lot of hilarious moments with the concept, like seriously, Usopp getting decked by that cat prince thing was hilarious. Uh, but the fact that the only like real progression I can speak of with this chapter is the fact that the crew got reunited at the end makes this chapter feel maybe a little bit stagnant in places, and would have at least liked a little bit of a clue of how they can wake up from this hallucination. But don't get me wrong, I still liked it. I still liked it because I get the idea. It's like they are in a hallucination, so they're not gonna figure it all out right out of the gate. And again, a lot of the imagery of this chapter was great to see, but it, I but I get. But I get it. We're setting the stage for this little mini adventure, and now we can actually get into the details of how to escape from it. That is to say, if Luffy even wants to escape, because let's just be honest with ourselves, Luffy's the kind of motherfucker who would want to kind of stay in this illusion for much, much longer. Like, man just loves going on an adventure, and this is one of those times where I can almost guarantee uh, now he's gonna have to smack some sense into him in order to actually get him to go along with how they escape. In fact, it would actually be even more hilarious now that I think about it if Nami smacking him actually woke Luffy up. Like that would actually be fucking hilarious in a way. Like it would be the perfect way to utilize that gag in a way that actually kind of helps them. Like again, only suggestion. I don't know if Oda's actually going to do that, but it would be absolutely amazing if he did. And yeah, Nothing else though. I gotta give Oda credit. Like again, he really went wild with this with this concept in this chapter in only the ways Oda can with the concept of the Straw Hats getting blitzed drunk on bath alcohol. Which, if this chapter proved anything, is that Green Fairy is not normal booze. It's powerful stuff, but I guess that in itself also does show how mentally and physically strong the Giants truly are. As you got to have a strong will to survive the kind of shit that the Straw Hats are going through right now. And I will say this as well. I do like how Nami did kind of take a focal point role in this chapter, and really kind of got the chance to be like the center of attention in the chapter, and really only bring the others into the in at others in at the end, even if it was a lot of what even if like a lot of what motivated Nami was just pure adrenaline panic. I do like whenever Oda does choose to give Nami her spotlight, because yeah, it does feel like it's been like, don't get me wrong, Nami's had her moments throughout the series in the time skip, but it has felt like her but it also has felt a little bit like her actual moments to show like to show how powerful she is. Like her individuality among the crew have been kind of limited, but again, I do like that we got this chapter, even if it is kind of like a more comedic one. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Analyst Crunchyroll, be sure notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight signing off. Later, everyone.